Welcome back, my amazing friend, to another update on the 6-pack in 12 weeks transformation project. In this video, I will share the updates and the results from week 2 and week 3, and at some point in the video, there will be a little gift, a little bonus for you, so make sure that you pay good attention and that you stick around so you can get that for yourself. I don't want to stall you, so let's get right into it. Today, I want to go over again the goals heading into week 2 and also week 3. Did I hit those goals? Did I eat the right amount, eat too much, eat too little? How much activity did I do? What are my results from week 2 and week 3? A progress video and a big change. And again, I'm showing you all of this to be as transparent as possible, to show you why the system works and to show you how a weight loss can look like with this system. So the goals heading into week 2 and week 3. Calories, again, 2300 daily. That was the same as week 1. Protein, bumped it up a little bit, 1.4 grams per kilo of body weight, which comes out to 126 grams a day. Carbs, again, I wanted to aim at around 3 grams per kilo of body weight daily, which is 250 grams daily, just to make sure that with my pretty active lifestyle that I do have enough energy for my muscles to still function and to also recover properly. Sugar, again, as little as possible, just trying to stay away from processed sugar as much as I can. Did I hit those goals? Well, calories came out to around 2370 a day on average for both weeks, so it's a bit lower than week 1 and just right around the target, which is totally fine, very okay. Protein, 126 grams daily average, or it was 125.9, but that is again spot on, so nothing bad to say right there. That is exactly the way it should be. Carbs, 295 grams a day on average, which is, a bit more than what I had planned for, but it is totally fine because it just means that I had enough of fuel for my muscles and for my body to function. Especially, I'll show you in a bit, because I was very active with the aerobic work with the cardio, so it is very important for me to get enough carbs, and that of course varies from person to person, but this is perfectly fine for me. Sugar, some days a bit too much. Again, some days I ate barely no sugar at all. Some days it was just no processed sugar in my food or in my snacks or nothing. And other days a little bit of processed sugar came in. I ate a little bit of candy, had some sweets, and that's just the way it is. I live with that. You can live with that too. It doesn't matter as much as some people make it up to be, and that's just how it is, and that's perfectly fine. So my amount of activity. I ended up going to fitness, the weight room, the gym, 3 times a week, because in week 2 I was in there 5 times, and in week 3 I was in there 1 time. So on average 3 times a week. And the basketball workout slash pickup games has been 5 times a week in week 2 and in week 3. So it came out to those 5 times a week. And also besides this, while I was on my little vacation where I took a little bit of break from just, the everyday life, I actually also walked quite a bit, so that is also on top of this activity that I've listed right here. So my results from week 2 and week 3. My weight went from 93.4 to 92.5 kgs, which equals a loss of 0.09 kgs or 900 grams, which equals to around 2.1 pound. Fat mass dropped from 17.6 kilos of fat to 17.1 kilos of fat, which is 500 grams or half a kilo of fat loss, pure fat, and that comes out to around 1.2 pounds of fat lost. And my fat percentage dropped from 18.8 to 18.5, so 0.3%. But with that said, on day 5 of week 2, I took a measurement just before I went on a little vacation, and right there it said that the weight was at 93 kilos. So actually in the first 4 days of week 2 I lost 100 grams a day, and then it kind of slowed down during week 3 while I was on vacation. The fat mass had actually been bumped up to 17.8 kilos instead of the 17.6. So even though I lost a little bit of weight, I put on 200 grams of fat, which is, how the process is sometimes. And so with that said, the fat mass loss the past 10 days has actually been 700 kgs, or around 80-90 grams a day, almost 100 grams a day, that's pretty okay for pure fat loss. And so the fat percentage is 18.5, and very I'm happy with that progress. It is a slow but steady progress, and the most important part is that there is progress and there is change from week to week. Even though some weeks it might be big, some weeks it might be small or not so big, the important thing is just that it is that you keep going and that you keep on making improvements and making changes. And right here is the progress video from week 1, which is the end of week 1, and this right here is from this morning. So I'll just play them so you can see. And while I play these, I feel like there's an obvious change around the lower belly stomach area and also around the chest, but sometimes it is easier and or harder for the individual person to see the change because you look yourself in the mirror every day or almost every day. So I want to talk about a big change coming up until next week, and that change is about the whole amount of calories and the whole goal with this process. The goal is still obviously to get a six-pack, but instead of just doing everything I can to slim down, I am starting a body recomposition period or a project where instead of being very, very low on calories, so I burn a lot of fat, I will slightly bump up the calories and bump up the protein quite a bit. So this way I can actually build a lot more muscle while also losing fat. So I should be able to maintain around the same fat loss, but I should also put on quite a bit of muscle in the process. So the amount of muscle that I get will be bigger because I will bump up the protein, because when you're in a calorie deficit and trying to lose weight, your body can't use as much of the protein to build muscle as it would if you were not in a calorie deficit. But all of these details I will take next week. This has been the update progress video after week 2 and 3, and I will go over the whole body recomposition project in next week's video. Now, you made it till almost the end of the video, and because of that, you deserve a little bonus, a little gift from me. So, if you comment the word FIT, F-I-T, I will send you the exact meal plan, 7-day meal plan that I'm using for the coming weeks to do my body recomposition program. And you can use that for yourself so you can still lose weight and build muscle, and doing both of them simultaneously. One of the problems that I didn't mention earlier in this video that I have experienced for the past couple of weeks is I feel tired. I procrastinate a lot. I don't feel as productive as I want to, and I don't do as much work as I want to do. And I've discovered that that's because I have been under fueling myself. So with all of the calories that I burn, with the activity that I do, and that in correspondence to the amount of calories that I eat is not enough, because while a lot of that energy goes towards my body, I don't have enough energy to also spend some of those calories on the mental energy. So I haven't been doing as much work or as good work as I want to. And underfueling is also a big problem I see with a lot of entrepreneurs. And as you can hear, I've experienced that myself. And if you want to learn more about that or hear more about what effect it had on me and how I found out, then you can watch this video, and that will go more into detail, more into depth of what the mistake was and how I fixed it, and what the effects are gonna be after I fixed it, and also what the side effects of underfueling can be for entrepreneurs just like yourself. That's it for this video, my friend. Thank you so much for watching again, and until next time, take care and stay safe.